Hi there, it's Simone. I would like to share my mid-month flip in my Hobonichi Cousin that has turned more into a journal over the past 2 months than an actual planner. And I have replaced it mostly with this pocket notebook for my daily to-dos, and this Filofax original that I use as a reference binder and to add my monthly planning. I just can't use a smaller monthly planner or monthly overview than A5. It's just my handwriting is so big I can't really do it, and so I'm using since it's a binder, I can put in whatever I want to, and so the monthlies will be in here and daily to-dos will be in here. I'm not sure. Let's just show you. I put a weekly to-do list and Instagram ideas on my weekly to-dos, and so maybe I'm just going to go back. Let me show you a page how I made it in the like this. This was the Stalogy A6, a meal plan, Instagram, and to-do list. So maybe that's what I'm going to do moving forward in this pocket notebook. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm just dating it with just ongoing whenever, wherever. I'm not breaking it for a new week, but maybe that's what I'm going to do moving forward. So I'm gonna put a weekly to-do list here, and then my Instagram ideas, and then move on to my daily to-dos. I'm not really sure yet. This was just when I flipped through this the other day, I was like, why am I not? That would be the solution to the problem. So why am I not just gonna try this in here? It seems like, even though I do love the bigger size, for day-to-day planning, I seem to prefer smaller sizes, such as A6 or Pocket. And the reason why I am using this Pocket is simply because I had this notebook in my stash. And so I went with that notebook. I would think, not sure if that's correct, we will see when this is done, that I'm not fixed on a certain size. So whichever notebook is in my stash will be used for this daily to-do stuff. But we will see if that is actually true when I'm going to continue planning. But what I wanted to show you today is how my A5 Hobonichi looks like, even though it is not really a planner anymore, or I'm slowly moving out of this as a planner. Nothing much has changed with the pockets. I can actually use the November rain sticker now because it has finally rained here. I am using things and stickers that I would like to use in my planner on the daily pages in these pockets. So I put stuff in here that I would like to use up throughout the month. And these have been in here for a while now, so I guess I need to get going with those. And then I also have some sticky notes, especially these ones. These are free printables. This one is from Peanuts Planner Co. And I also have some on my dashboard. What is this called? Pencil board. Those are from Sterling Ink. These are the most current ones, the ones that she shared in November. Love the design on those. And this is a weekly tracker, and that's just a simple list. And those I'm using mostly in my pocket notebook. So I guess what I need to do is go through this and remove everything that is not that I'm not using for journaling, but more for planning, because I guess I'm not planning in this anymore. I have been using the index. Well, it's a yearly half-year overview for half year, 6 months, yes, for YouTube and Instagram tracking. The dated section here I use as an index for the daily pages. So this has turned out to be a notebook for ideas, a journal, part planner, like a weekly review on my planning and all that stuff is in here. In the past 2 months, this is what it has turned out to be, and all the things that I would like to refer to at a later date, like video ideas or the list that I made for ideas for Vlogtober, those I'm indexing, and I can go to the October 18th and I will find that specific list right here. So obviously, if I'm just putting quotes here, I'm not going to index that. Then the bottom part I had used for cleaning lists and items, like when did I last clean the coffee maker, when did I last change the filter, the water filter and all that stuff. And I am trying to move this out into the reference notebook, because first of all, it's not enough space, and second of all, this is not going to be a planner anymore, and so I need another place for those notes. I had color coded, so things that I did that month are in blue, and things that I need to do this month are in black. And as you can see, it's November and December are very sparse because I still need to update this, but I want to update it in my new planner. Then I have removed these tabs. As you can see here, this one is falling apart and the other ones looked even worse. And I found in my stash of paper clips, I found those teardrops. I actually have exactly 2, so I'm using one on the monthly and one on the weekly. This is November. I decorated it with the free printable from Coco Daisy. It features the artwork of Line from Linus Pots, and I just love her art. Her whimsical art is exactly, just speaks to my heart. So I was so happy when they included, it's usually is simply planner pages, all the planners, the sizes that they offer, but they also put artwork on the margins, so I fussy cut all of those. That is how October turned out. I had my money list on here, like incoming and outgoing money, and I had it here. I made a mistake, and I also decided to move that list into my reference notebook, because that is part of my monthly planning review routine, and so it works better in the reference notebook. And also it's not covering up part of the monthly plans. We are on this week, and I'm putting in my monthly holidays, birthdays, long-term events, and events that are not reoccurring. Blue is my personal events, and black is events that most of the family is participating in. And then here is the holidays. What else? I'm putting in my work schedule. However, I am not, I accidentally marked work and it wasn't true until 2 days ago. So I'm not putting in the hours because in the past 2 months or so, sometimes the hours changed by 30 minutes or so. And so just knowing which day I'm working is enough. Then let me flip to the weekly. I'm going to start in the middle of October so that I'm sharing a whole month with you. This is the week 42 of October 15th, I use this. So it started out as a weekly planning page. And this is exactly when I started to memory keep in here, just to visualize my appointments. And since we were in a lockdown, we were social distancing, and it was summer break, there was nothing really going on. And so I have been doing this for a long time. I love memory keeping in this vertical style with stickers, character stickers and such. And so I decided to use these weeklies to memory keep, which then quickly turned into this. And I love this, but it is not very susceptible, blah, blah, blah. It's not very easy to plan with this, because even if I'm using, let me show you, this is how I'm using this. So I haven't memory kept since Friday. This is open space in the beginning of the week. So I could totally put my plans on how I would like to spend, what I would like to do during these times on here. But then when I write on this and it's not going to turn out the way it is, or the design is going to look differently, I already have stuff written on here, which wasn't a problem in the beginning, as there was so much time and so many things that I was able to do. Nothing much was going on. Here, see, here I put things that I would like to do on here. I'm missing that right now. I miss figuring out which bigger tasks I'm doing on what day, seeing how I'm planning on spending my week. And so I would like to change something. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in the new year. So this weekly spread will be for figuring out how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. This is not going to be pretty. Well, if there's going to be washi tape somewhere, that is okay, but it's not an expectation I have for myself. So I can write in, this is my work, and then I'm going grocery shopping, and after that I'm cleaning the bathroom. That's the plan for this day. And then on Thursday, even though it's Sunday, I know that there's another huge gap in here, and these two tasks need to be done then. I have found that I need to do this more right now. Otherwise things aren't getting done, or when I'm on Thursday, I don't remember that I had planned to do something in that huge time slot that I have. Yeah, so hence my planner crisis. It's a bit bigger than just this weekly spread. I have started changing things around already. And I will film a video about this, but if you're interested what my initial problem was, then check out the video. I will link it in, I will put a card up here, and then I will link it in the description box so you can see what's going on. The biggest thing is that I only have so much time, and if I want to add new stuff or want to do something differently, I need to find ways to take off time from somewhere else, because unfortunately, time is not infinite. All right, let's stop the talking and I'll just continue sharing what this is. This is a memory keeping spread that was a weekly spread in the beginning. I put my to-do list down here. I put my Instagram plans down here. I have meals on here, and then I fill in appointments, my work schedule, in the beginning of the week, and then I fill in the rest at the end of each day. This, I used a Happy Scrappy kit from 2 years ago as my base. Here I used this Cocoa Daisy sticker sheet that I also had in my stash for at least 3 years. And then I just filled it in with other things that matched. I love color coding things. And yeah, so this is a very blue and not kitted week. This is very, you can see the difference. There's like day stickers up here. There's this beak and banner. I don't have these in here, but I still think it turned out really pretty. I was trying to move away from this block that is in the middle right here to a more open spread, and I think it really worked well. Here I used a kit from Once More with Love. I purchased it specifically to use during Halloween week because I just love her things, and I was super excited when she released that kit. I seem to be like turning, yes, of course, because this starts at 5 a.m. So absolutely my most of the things that I do each day, if I want to stick to the hourly schedule, are in this time frame. So it's really hard for me to branch out. I think it worked really well. Well, I started working at 5, so naturally things moved up. This is another Happy Scrappy kit. This was a week's kit. I received that when I ordered one of her sticker albums last year during the Black Friday sale, and so I really like stretching these kits and using them not as they are intended. This is a free printable from Paper Person. It is Kelly Perky's new shop. And this is the week we are in here now. I'm trying to add more ephemera. I'm trying again to stretch out. And here I didn't have a sticker, so I just made this. This is heavily and greatly inspired by the Style Planner, and all of those, not all, it was just a tiny fraction left of the kit. These 2 stickers, this sticker, this one, and the days of the week, as well as this pink and what is that, plaid washi strip. Those were from the kit, and the rest I have added myself, and I really like how this turned out. I love the fall vibe of this kit, and I can't wait to fill it out and see how it looks when it's all done. Next week, very open. I don't pre-plan in this since it is mostly to visualize. I don't need to add this because my plans are in my computer, on my calendar there. We share a calendar as a family, and it's really good and easy to pre-plan things because I know what's going on. So let me move to the middle of October, which is the 15th, and I'm just gonna go through this, and you will find that the dates don't match the titles if it's an English title. So on the 15th, I did a weekly review. That is because I had a page open, and this is where I'm going, why, again, I'm struggling. I have been doing other things, and suddenly I'm not needing daily pages for journaling. And I'm not stressed by the fact that I'm not using every day and every page right now, but I know that I might be stressed, and that I want to omit putting stress on myself as much as possible, because I want to enjoy this rather than feeling stressed by it. And that happens to me a lot, and so I'm trying to prevent this from happening before I'm putting myself into a spot where it is super easy for myself to put stress on myself. So a weekly review, I put watercolor here. There's a stamp image here with white, and then I just added this washi strip. I love creating these monochromatic spreads. This one was a journaling prompt from the Awesome Ladies project, What's for Breakfast, and I wrote about my cinnamon raisin bagel obsession. And I'm really strange because I love eating the same thing for breakfast for a long time, and then suddenly I don't like it anymore and I change to something else. And then I keep on eating this for 6 to 8 months at a time. And then I switch again. This is when I was trying to use more stamps. I really love pre-decorating pages with watercolor and then stamps. But again, this is something that takes a long time because I don't have a drying tool and I don't want to use one. So prepping pages in advance is really hard because it takes up so much time of my weekend. But I do love this, and I don't want to create pages in masses just because I want to create. I'd rather sit down and create one page with watercolor and enjoy the process instead of rushing through 20 pages because I need to prep them, because otherwise I don't have time for that. So the rest of this, after there is watercolor right here on Tuesday the 10th, I haven't added any more watercolor because I want to see how I can decorate, and I'm using the pages when I'm not using watercolors and pre-decorating the pages. I'm trying to do weekend goals every weekend. I have videos, I think I filmed 2 of those, where I write down what I want to do to relax, to enjoy myself over the weekend, because I tend to just sit there and watch YouTube and do nothing, which is fine if that's what I want to do. But sometimes I have ideas of things that I would like to accomplish, which I know I will enjoy and which will fill my cup, but I just don't do them. So I write the list, and then I work myself through the list. I work through the list, and I really have found that it makes a difference on how I perceive the weekends and how I feel after the weekend is over. There's some journaling right here. This is more stamping. I loved creating this kind of like a washi strip. Just images on a 1-inch square. All of those are stamps, and then I just stamp them repetitively as a strip. There's still room for another quote if I wanted to add another one. I researched and wrote down what I found on this page. This one, I have mentioned it before. Unfortunately, my pen wasn't dry when I tried to frame this image, and so everything smeared. But I still like how it turned out. I did not stick to the daily page. I created a 2-page spread. Planning page, video ideas. There's weekend goals right here again. Then another weekly review. And again, I'm trying to use other pens instead of watercolor because I want to see how else I can create the vibe, the thing that I would like to create. For Halloween week, I decorated this acetate. I added it in here and decorated it. I have a video where I pre-decorate all of those pages. And then, why did I tab this page? I think for the monthly review to see what I still needed to be done. I took some notes on a YouTube video. There is Happy Mail. Here is when I started my planner crisis. So that is the problem with the photos, that I don't really like adding onto these pages. And also, this is my notebook. I don't want to necessarily share it with my family as a coffee table book. It is more my private journal. I don't have a problem with them reading it most of the time, but I don't consider it a photo album, which is something that I would love to have. I know that my children enjoy looking at photos and looking at the stories that the memories that we make. And so that is another thing that I would like to do starting in 2021. And again, I need to take away time that I use for something to use on photos. So again, I think I have found a solution for that though, and I will share it when my first test run gets here. Another thing with weekend goals, then I added this vellum. I stamped November on here. It's really, really faint. You can barely see it, but it's there. Here's my YouTube schedule for this month. It's really sparse. Usually I have a table down here where I write like this, which YouTube videos I filmed and the different steps that I need to go through and when it was published, so that I can see how far along I am on the stages. And then I took apart my Hobonichi insert, the little notebook that I had in the back, and after I had done this, I just added this page in here because that is where it belongs. Alrighty, November 1st. I really, really enjoyed prepping these pages. Again, this is the free printable from Coco Daisy. I just slapped down watercolor, and once I was done, I went back and looked at the images that I printed and added them where I thought they would go. I love how this turned out. But again, I don't have to create 20 pages. I would be happy with just this. And then there's lots of filling my cup done. There is a weekly review on the 1st. Then I'm working through my planner confusion in writing. Another page of weekend goals, and you can see I'm redating the page. This was November 7th. It was empty. I really liked how it looked, and I wanted to add some text and writing here. Love the owl on D. And so you might already have an idea where this is going, but I will share that once everything gets here. I love how this turned out. I really, really enjoy the way watercolor behaves on the Tomoe River paper. It's just something that is super special to me. This doesn't really go with those two, but I just enjoyed or really like color coordination, and I loved how the sticker looked with the rest of the colors. So I put it there. Journaling, more. I think April from Penguins Creative says that is a Techo Kaigu. I need to find out what this exactly means, but I think that's what this is. Another idea on which thing of my planning goes where. And I just tipped this in because there wasn't enough space here. So here I said planner quest, what works, what doesn't work, what do I want to do, and what would I like to do that I don't have time for right now, which is junk journaling, TN spreads with photos and Hobonichi weeks, my fear, and I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, and then this is a list of which planner would be for what. So that is this. Then I want to add photos in a traveler's notebook, and I wanted to create spreads. I will do that, but I think that's not a solution for 2021. But I started to make a list for all the things that I would like to add in here. There's another weekly review right here. I loved this. I found this on Facebook, and I added it in here, printed it out, added it here. Then I journaled about one of the things that I don't really like doing, but that I do a lot. I am not someone who loves exploring, but I love the idea of being an explorer. And so there is like these two contradicting things. I'm really, and there I try to find reasons why I'm not an explorer and what I need to do in order to be more open for new things. Then I have a list again for different things, 2 lists actually. Here's another planner and journaling lineup. Not sure if this is how it's going to go. And then I uploaded my Filofax video, and I usually watch it one last time and write down which shops and products or creators that I mentioned in the video I want to link in the description box. So that's that. And that is all I have. Today is the 15th. I just emptied the sticker sheet, so I just plopped it all down here. And the pages that are empty is Thursday the 12th. So I'm just going to use them as I don't really know if I should put what I'm writing today on the 15th and then fill in these pages with quotes, or if I should go and fill them consecutively. My nature, what I would like, where I'm drawn to, is to fill in this page now and not skip ahead. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I just emptied out sticker sheets that I went through from my D-stash box again. I didn't think I wanted to give them away, so I decided to just plop them in here. Then they're gone and I was able to trash the sheet. This doesn't look any different than it did before. I tend to forget using those. Here's my pencil board again. There's one of those tabs if I need them. There's more sticky notes on the back, and I don't really need it to write. I really like when it's I don't care if my pages are crinkly and if the pen like pushes through. And I really like the soft feel of the paper when I'm writing just like this. I don't like a hard writing surface underneath my pen. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to add this page in here somewhere. But before, I think, let's see how I'm deciding on my December budget. But I would love to create a ink palette based on this image. So let's see if that is going to happen or not. That is what I have in my Hobonichi Cousin at the moment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. How is it going for you? I have shared about my confusion in several videos. I feel like I'm at the end. I'm getting a lot of clarity, and so I'm looking forward to sharing my solutions and with you. But let me know how you're doing and what you decided to change, or if you're going to keep on working on the same things. I definitely hope that you are going to do something creative today to fill your cup. I hope to see you soon. Until then, bye.